We're going to be installing a show chrome tapered front fender extension. This is a real cool piece. It's going to add right onto the bottom of your fender. It's going to keep some stuff from flying up onto the front cowling of your bike. It's kind of a complicated piece to install. You do have to drill some holes. You have to remove the whole front fender. We will be showing you all the tools you needed throughout the whole process. Let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to do is use a 5mm Allen wrench and get rid of the front portion of the front fender. Okay, we've got the screws out. Be sure to note that the top screw and the bottom screw do have different length and style screws. Be sure to note that for reassembly. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to move this piece from each side. There's 2 screws on each side. They still use the M5. What I like to do with these screws when you're doing a complicated thing is I'll just stick them back in the hole for right now. Don't have to screw them all the way in. It'll help you keep track of them throughout the entire process. Next, you want to remove the 2 screws from in here. They also use the 5mm Allen. And there's also what Honda calls like a plastic rivet in the middle of it. You can't really see it from the front, so I'll pull it out and show you. As you can see here, this is what it looks like. When it's engaged, it's down. To get it out, you have to pull it up. To get the rear portion of the fender off, you have to remove this screw, which uses an 8mm, this screw, which uses a 10, and on the left side, you remove this one, which is an 8, and this one, which is an 8. Now that we have all the screws loose, we should be able to rotate the fender down and back and out. You kind of push the fender down up against the tire, then you kind of rotate it out. You do have to pull the brake lines out a little bit to get it to go by, but it comes out pretty simple. The next thing you need to do is you're going to tap the rear hole of the fender. So as you're looking at it, this is the bottom, this will be the rear. You're going to take an M6 by 1.0 tap and you're going to run it through. Now this is already tapped M6 by 1.0, but just the end of it's not tapped all the way through, so we're going to tap it all the way through, that way a bolt can come through the back side. So you take the extension and you slide it on the inside of your existing fender. Get it in there and hold it tight where it's going. It's nice to have another person helping you. And you're going to scribe a mark where all 3 holes go. We're going to be drilling those out here in just a minute. I scribed out my circles. I took a center punched them. Now I'm ready to start drilling them. You need a 5/16 drill bit or a uni bit. Now you can get in here with a regular drill, but I have this and it's a lot easier for me, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. If you have somebody to help you hold it, it's going to help a lot. If you're using a uni bit, you want to be very careful because you can go over your size real quick. I'm going to use my other drill bit to make sure I got the right size hole. It goes through, so I did. I'm going to clean it up just a little bit though. I'll go ahead and do the third one. Okay, there we go. Now that we've got all the holes drilled, we're going to go ahead and stick the center bolt in, make sure everything kind of stays where we want. We've already stuck this bracket on, but we'll show you how to do this one. You want to use a little drop of Loctite on each screw. Now this bracket has kind of a curved part to it. That goes up in the fender, towards the fender, not away. Use the little screw that's provided to hold this in. Okay, go ahead and get that in there. And you don't want to tighten it up yet, but go ahead and get it to screw all the way in until it's almost snug. Now you take your other screw with the little flat piece with the hole in it. You take this piece, and you put it into this. You go ahead and put your screw into it. All right, we're ready to go ahead and finish tightening everything up. We're gonna use a small adjustable wrench to hold onto that piece to keep it lined up with the other bracket. You don't have to do that, but it just makes it a little nicer. And you're gonna use your 5mm Allen. So go ahead and finish tightening it. Now you don't want to torque it too tight because it'll break the plastic. I'm gonna go ahead and do this side. And we're gonna use the 10mm wrench that we had out to tighten up the top. Now that we have it finished installed, you can see what it's going to look like. Now we're ready to go ahead and reinstall it on the bike. To reinstall it, you just do it in the reverse order that you took it off, and you're ready to go.